I really, really be hating, like why my phone screen? I can't wait to get my new iPhone. Like I'm gonna tell you, I can't wait. I can't wait to get me a new iPhone, baby. Trying to make it to where it look, cause this big got like a big ass gate hole in it. It's got a big ass gate hole in it. You know what? I actually might just go outside. I might just go outside. Um, I think that's what I'm gonna do because the bitch is tired. That bitch is really tired. Okay, I'm gonna take my pants off. Yeah, I'm hungry. Got a lot of shit to do today. Damn. I always feel like a professional sitting at a table. I don't know if I'm gonna like sit at this table. This is a current book that I'm reading. It's called Stop Avoiding Stuff. Might be what your depression is telling you. Okay? You're running from something. I don't know why I felt the need to share that. But yeah. You're running from something. That's why you're depressed. Okay. That is why you're depressed. I have to put the lighting on because lately, like, it's just been looking real dull. Real dull. Okay. I'm actually about to start. You might as well call me the next motherfucking, you might as well call me the next, what's that called? You might as well call me the next, motherfucking, I'm telling you, the way God is always speaking to you. What's up, favorite French? I love you. I love those that love me, okay? Whether they agree or disagree with me, you still show love. Because here's the thing, y'all. I'm starting to realize I don't really like religious people. I don't really like, especially the motherfucking Jesus freaks. Let me tell y'all how religious people are. Like, I don't know why I keep talking about this, but like some of y'all are going through a depression because it's like whatever ideal you had about somebody or whatever ideal you had about life or whatever ideal you had about your faith or whatever idea, I'm telling you, somebody's about to go through an awakening. Like you cannot unsee it. I mean, it's like everything that you've ever known is going to be like, I don't like Jesus freaks. Like, it's like if you even like criticize the Bible, they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like there's a lot of like evil amongst, I just don't feel like these like Abrahamic religions are like, let me tell y'all something. I was talking to a Hindu guy. Like he's an Indian. He is not a part of these colonialist religions like Christianity, Judo Christianity, um, Catholic, Muslim, Arab. I don't know the different branches of Arab, but all these conqueror religions, these people that came over as missionaries, forcing people to bow to their gods, okay? Forcing. These religions are a hoax. The real connection to God is in the traditional. Christianity and Arab are slavery religions. That is slavery. Okay? That's not your original religion, your original spirituality. Because I don't even like to call religion spirituality. But Somebody's world is shattering. I know some people call it ego deaths, but like I was just sitting in church today and I mean yesterday, and I was just thinking, I am not religious. I am not Christian. Because like every message every time is you're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell. If you don't claim Jesus as God, you're going to go to hell. It just seems so inauthentic. And I'm like, is everybody sitting in this church like because they're fearful if hell is real, they're fearful about going to hell? Like I had one guy at work and like he he would always tell me, oh, you gotta let go of those tarot cards. Um, it's considered witchcraft or sorcery, or it's considered you playing God and stuff like that. And I ain't never played God, baby. I ain't never played God. So, like, I just be laughing when people be saying these weird ass shits, especially Christians. When people be saying these weird ass shits, like you ain't never heard of a prophet, of a messenger, like you ain't never heard of that. Like, I'm just like, so. And what do we call people who is only literally joining a church because they're scared of going to hell? Like it's a bunch of fear mongering. And I just feel like you should not live your life in fear. Like you should not live your life in fear. If somebody is, if it's like that's forced, I feel like there should be a natural like alignment to the religion. Like or to the deity or whoever you pray to. Like there should be a natural alignment. There should not be fear mongering. You know what I'm saying? Like in a lot of the world, Allah and Jesus and the Christian God was forced on us, or we had to die, or we would die. Okay, it was beat. Our original gods were beat out of us. Okay. Now I don't know. I don't know like what sector, what ethnic group, because it's really ethnic group. It's not really race because just because two people look the same don't mean they're the same. Just because two people are of the same, like they look like physically like they would be the same part of the same group, don't mean that they are ethnic. Okay, just like if you to say just white is to literally rob all the groups, right? All the white claiming or white looking group, to rob them of their own cultural essence. Like, so that race shit is like bullshit. Like it's bullshit. Like no two groups that look the same are the same. Not even have the same cultural practice, not even have the same patterns of behavior, not even have, just like there are some groups in Africa alone, there are some black groups that are more violent, and then there are black groups that are more peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like there are black groups that are woman hating, there are black groups that love women. Same in India, same in any other group. You know what I'm saying? I feel like ethnic is more accurate than just saying a motherfucking race. Okay? Like the tribe tells you more than just saying a race. Like even in Nigeria alone, they're not the same. They may be Nigerian, but they're not the same. Like that's a border. That doesn't tell you about their cultural essence. That doesn't tell you. Like I remember I was in this group called Black Women Uncensored, right? And that's the thing. So if here's the thing, that religion is a hoax. Religion is a scam. It's a cult. It's a cult. And it's crazy because a lot of people like to demonize cults, but you go to synagogues, you go to church, you go to mosque. Those are cults. Those are cults. The depression is when you're basically running from some type of truth. You're refusing to. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of this. And look, I don't even look. Spirit told me to tell you about this. Why? Stop avoiding stuff. 25 micro scares to face your fears and do it anyways. Why would Spirit tell me to pull this book out? And I ain't even put out a card yet. I haven't even put out a card yet. Just like people like to shun the dark. First of all, in this world, you need both your dark and your light. And you need to use both when you need to use it. That is not wrong. Okay? There are people literally losing their lives because they are all light. There's people out here that is ready to snuff your shit out. And guess what? You gotta be smarter than them. Ain't nothing wrong with using your dark side, and ain't nothing wrong with dark entities either. Ain't nothing wrong with dark entities either. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, right? Because people feel like you should always be all love and light. And I'm telling you, what if you're wrong? Listen, most people today, it's easy. Like when you read books, when you look at human beings today, and you look how human beings react like to extremely intelligent people, right? And you look at how people react to people who rebel against societal standards, right? If you are not the type that has ever questioned society and like you just blindly go with it, because that's just how you were raised, baby, you would not like Jesus. Most people talking about Jesus, claiming that they love Jesus, would not like Jesus if he was existing on planet Earth today because Jesus was a rebel. He was a rebel. Most of y'all wouldn't like Jesus. If you don't like me, you wouldn't like Jesus either. Because guess what? I think for myself. I'm a rebel. Every mind brainwashing thing, any cultural thing, I've questioned everything. I've questioned everything. I've knocked down a lot of walls. A lot. I'm out of the matrix. And I'm continuing to get out of the matrix. Are you? How could you know for sure something is legit if you never questioned it? But that's what your depression is about. Your depression is the fact that you're struggling, coping with the truth. You want to turn a blind eye. You want to run. This is what your depression is talking about. You can't handle real life. You can't handle it, so you're depressed. If you grew up and your mother, let's say, you were raised to believe that family was the backbone, that family was your community, that family is supposed to love and cherish you and support you and lift you up, or your mother was supposed to love and cherish you and supposed to be the one that like introduced you to love or supposed to be love, and your mother doesn't like you, and you can't accept that. You can't accept that no matter what. Your mother don't fuck with you. You can't accept that because listen, a lot of shit that we grew up to believe are lies. The truth, how women are supposed to be, lie. How men are supposed to be, lie. How humans are supposed to be and interact, lie. And every time you go out into this real world and it doesn't measure up to the lies and the dreams and the Disney Channel gumbo shit that we were sold, right? And you can't accept it, And you run and you run and you run and you run. You develop depression. Depression is a refusal to accept the truth, whether that be about yourself, whether that be about others, whether that it's a refusal to accept. It is, you are going through a process of cognitive dissonance. You know, I was talking to this African person. What? But here's the thing. Like, do you believe in God because of have you're fearing hell, or do you genuinely love God? Are you religious cause out of fear? What's in your heart? Because if you only going to church talking about God, then I guarantee you, a lot of you motherfuckers ain't shit. If I were to get to know y'all in real life, most of y'all ain't shit. I guarantee you that. Y'all cannot fool God. Don't forget that. You might can fool man, but you cannot fool God because God made you. God knows your heart. God knew your destiny before you even became into existence. So are you only talking about God or only Jesus, 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 Jesus because you fear hell? That does not mean God is in your heart. That's a performance. Do you have a real connection with God? Or are you in a cult, baby? Where do you belong? Where do you belong? Christianity, when I run across the average Christian or people who claim to be Christian or who claim to be of God or who claim, right? I've done checked helly Christians with their own Bible. With their own Bible. How can you be claiming something that you don't even really understand, that you don't even really read? Huh? I probably know more about the history of the Bible than the motherfuckers who be in church every Sunday. But you're trying to convince me. And I know more about the Bible than you do. The jokes write themselves, don't they? Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you like how I knew like Christianity and Abrahamic religions, because believe it or not, Allah is a branch off of Abrahamic religion. It's a joke. So I asked um this African man. I said like, I asked him about like the Africans that do like traditional African spirituality, voodoo, hoodoo, or dealing with, the Orishas. Um, and I asked him about them, and he was saying, they have their own little, they're ducked off from society at large. And he was like, they don't, you don't pick them, they pick you. Like, spirit summits you in. Like, even when you're a priestess, like, it has to be divinely ordered. And, you know, Christianity and Allah and all that shit are gatekeepers of the world. Like, they are upholding the structure, okay, through brainwashing you through religion. Like, when you think about, like, if y'all have ever seen that Ruthless show by Tyler Perry, Ruthless, go watch that. Go watch it. That shit is more real than you think. When you or when you hear about that guy that got everybody on the island to kill themselves, um, that it's a man. It was a white man, and he was preaching some type of like religious type shit, and he rounded up a lot of people, took them to an island and shit like that, and like he got everybody to kill themselves. So the feds finally end up catching up with him, and like, yeah, they took him down, but like that's more real than you think. That Christianity, Allah shit, I'm telling you, it's not a difference. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you be for sure? That is something for you. How can you be for sure? Depression is a sign that something you're going off of your path. Depression is a sign that you are steering away from your soul's calling. You're steering away from self. That is what the depression is telling you. Stop avoiding stuff. 25 micro skills to face your fears and do it anyways. This book is good, and I just started it. This book is good. If you had no fears, what exactly would you do with your life? Because that is how you're supposed to be living it. A lot of religious people are fear mongers, and they operate from fear. You're not in divine alignment. And what's divine alignment is subjective to your own personal pathway. Everybody's pathway don't look the same. And if you are in a religious sect and it is telling you all to be the same, dress the same, talk the same, believe the same, and not think for yourself, you are in a motherfucking cult. That is a clown show, a performance. How is that any different from the motherfucking one world order? Please tell me. It's crazy because like I merge everything together. Anything that I tell y'all about, it all has to seamlessly align. I merge everything together. So when I'm talking about things, it's going to be applied in every area of my life, whether it's love, whether it's education, whether it's my cultural, my habits, you get what I'm saying? Anything out of alignment must go. Okay? Anything out of alignment must go. Depression is a sign that you are out of fucking alignment. You somewhere in this life, you've lost yourself. That's why you're depressed. Who am I? Your feet is not on solid ground. Okay? Just think about this. When we were children, right? We were happy at one point, almost everybody. No matter if your trauma started when you was young, it don't matter. When we were little babies, we were happy. Why is that? We were whole. Why did we then deter from that? Because someone told us something was wrong with our design. This is why the way God made us, the way God designed us, and because the powers that be don't understand our design, right? And sometimes our own parents don't understand our design. And if the way that we are designed is not a benefit to them, then something must be wrong with us because they just cannot decode us, God's design, right? That's why you're depressed. You're out of alignment. You're depressed because you're refusing to accept the truth that maybe what you believed in was wrong. That maybe the dreams that motherfucker sold you was wrong. So you're running from the truth, from the wake-up call, from the awakening. Depression, that's why in depression you're always asleep. Think about it. Why when you're depressed you're always asleep? What does that mean? When somebody says wake up call, right? Right? There's a lot of messages in different decks that I have where it's always talking about an awakening or a wake up call. So what was a motherfucker doing beforehand? A motherfucker was asleep. If something feels off, that's because it is off. Stop running. That's why you're depressed, right? To be depressed is a refusal of acceptance of the truth. You want to stay asleep. That's why when you're depressed, you're almost always asleep. You don't have no energy to do anything because it's running from the truth takes away your motherfucking energy. I'm telling you, everything, God is always speaking to you. You're not listening. God is always speaking to you. You don't need a motherfucking Bible or a Quran. You don't need that shit. God is always speaking to you. He is here. If you are looking outside of self to find God, you are not really connected to God. Your crown chakra is debilitated. Because God has always been with you before you even came into existence. Before your mother even knew that you were in her womb, you were connected to God. God is always with you. Before you was even a lifeline, God was with you. Y'all not hearing me though. Y'all not hearing me. Your depression comes because you're running. You want to stay asleep. You want to unsee some shit, unknow some shit. You don't accept. Your depression is the process of cognitive dissonance. You are going through cognitive dissonance when you are depressed. You want to stay asleep. You don't want to see. You don't want to believe. You don't want to accept. That is why you're depressed. Now, I know some people, they want me to pull out the tarot cards, okay? There's some people that they don't, when you channel, they don't, it's like, oh, that's our opinion. Like, rude shit. Like, that's our opinion. It's not like, the tarot cards is like, supporting evidence. It's like, when a motherfucker has like a hypothesis for something or a philosophy for something, and then they have to get like scientific backing, they have to get evidence to prove their stance or to prove their hypothesis. Like, That's what tarot cards is. Tarot cards is like that evidence. All right. And then when you go into the real world and the shit that the tarot cards say come to pass, it like a spirit is telling me not to tell you the secret of tarot, because spirit did tell me the secret to tarot and why tarot is so accurate. Because like I've been wondering all my life, how the fuck are these cards so accurate? I've been doing tarot for over 6 years, okay? Over 6 years. It will be actually 7 years now. Obsessively doing it, sun up to sundown. Nobody like does tarot like me, like obsessively. I've been doing it obsessively for 7 years. I'm damn near a fucking expert. Like the way that and I'm just now getting into astrology, like starting to like delve deep into astrology, because astrology helps with tarot as well. But like I've been trying to figure all my life, how the fuck are some cards accurate like this? Like, I mean, like I could do a reading right now, and right after the reading, it comes to pass. Or a couple months later, it comes to pass. Sometimes, though, when you do reading, like some readings take years before they come to pass. But, like, everything is divinely orchestrated. Like, even when I'm doing tarot readings, it's only what God wants you to know for the moment. God reveals things in their own time. Okay? So even me as a messenger, I'm telling you what God wants you to know at this time. Okay? And the reason why I know this is because I was with this man, and I would do heli readings on me and him, and it was like so positive. But then when I moved there, got there, like it was a switch up. And I was like, well, what happened? But I kept reading. And every time I would read on me and him, new messages would come. And I was like, damn, I wish Spirit would have told me this before I moved to Chicago. But maybe Spirit wanted me to move to Chicago. Maybe Spirit wanted me to come back to Indianapolis for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So even with tarot cards, it's all about what God wants to be revealed to you at the time. You get what I'm saying? It like I'm not in control. God is always in control. That's the message. I am not in control. God is always in control. I am just a messenger. And I send the message that God wants you to know at the time. Okay? Whatever he don't want you to know at the time, he's not going to reveal to me. He's not going to reveal to me. Or she is not going to reveal to me. Okay? So, like, yeah. Why do we repeat stuff? Or why do we say the same stuff? When you constantly hear the same message over and over again, why is that? All right. If your life seems like a tape recorder, like it's gonna repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, why is that? Why is something constantly repeated? Why do we constantly go over or overview things over and over and over again? Why is that? Right? Because you're not learning. Because you're not listening. That's why. And when you're not learning, and when you're not listening, and when you're not investigating, because y'all, I'm a top flight investigator. I am a Gemini sun, Scorpio moon, Virgo rising, with a Cancer Mercury, and a Gemini Venus, and a Capricorn North Node. And on the other side, right, because I have two different sides, literally. My chart has two different sides. And all of them have an effect and make me who I am. So I can never be studied. I can never be figured out. I can never be. I have too much of a range. I have too much of a dynamic to me. Okay? So I have more range than the average human being. So every time you think you know me, you think you figure me out, you haven't. There is no logic to my essence. There is no system to my essence. That's the way God made me. I am like the wind. I am like air. I take on many forms. You don't see me coming and you don't see me going. Okay? Anyways. So yeah, that's why you're depressed. But we're going to pull out the cards now. And we're going to come out of the intuitive channel. And yeah, I wish there was more light in here. I don't know where the light at, y'all. Like, every time I do videos now, it's always dim. It's always dark. Even when I was in my car, I just can't wait to get a new phone. Like, I can't wait. If you want to gift me I have AT&T. If you want to gift me the newest iPhone, and I want plus and the 1 TB for storage on the phone. Okay? So if you ever want to get me that, you are free to donate that to me, okay? Much is appreciated. Just put it out there in the ethers, okay? Or if you want to gift me a professional camera, like a Nikon, I'm talking about photographer camera. Them bad boys cost $1,000, $600 to $1,000 plus. If you want to gift me that, so I can like make more quality videos, like, you are free to do that. Much will be appreciated. Just putting it out there in the ethers, okay? Or you could book a reading with me as well, and you can support me that way. But yeah, I'm gonna spray this cleansing energy, because look, I feel like this reading is about to go really deep. I have a lot of decks, and the books to go with them. I've been into, because I'm finding out, like, even though I purchased tarot cards, no, like a page of wands is not the same. Whoever made the deck, what's up? Whoever made the deck, like, it has its own personalized meaning outside of the traditional meaning. Like, it has a deeper meaning. So I've been like trying to get more into like talking about the traditional meaning of the card, of the tarot, but also reading the book on it. And now, if I open that book and I see that it's just all of it is just traditional meaning, there's no hidden nothing, then like, yeah, I won't read the book. But yeah, I have astro. Like, look, we're gonna delve into this, okay? We're gonna delve into this. Let me I got my oracles, okay? But this is the new one that I got. Okay, if you want to gift me, like, I think that I am, because I have this Tekatite or something like that, stone that I got. Ooh, these stones help me channel like a motherfucker, I'm telling you. The amethyst stone. I like to put the stones on top. And then this is an opalite. I'm not the biggest fan of the opalite because it's like man-made. This is a clear quartz amplifier. I'm gonna use that. I don't know why it pauses like that. I'm annoyed.